Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to our Whiterime Ridge Expedition series in the Hunter Classic. We are on episode 8 now, and we're basically kind of free roaming again up into the northern areas of the map here. What I'm thinking, this is episode 8, so there's only going to be 2 more of Whiterime Ridge Expeditions. So I'm thinking maybe next episodes, I'll go up into this area from the lodge and try to get more polar bears. Because they're the only animal we haven't actually gotten in the Expedition series so far. We've gotten bison, moose, Sitka deer, Dall sheep, a very nice trophy one that's probably going to be my highlight for this series for sure. Arctic fox, snowshoe hare, so the only animal aside from the magpie goose, but can't really go for those without a setup. Although, we'll see as I'm way up here if another flock comes flying at me. The only thing that I haven't gotten in this series yet has been a polar bear, so I think a couple episodes up into that northern end a bit, trying to get some of those, would be a great way to bring that to a close, or at least showcase all the animal species on the map. We've certainly had quite an enjoyable time on Whiterime Ridge. Not quite as lucrative as I think my time in Timbergold Trails, but again, I think I kind of lean Timbergold. I enjoyed that as a map a bit more than Whiterime. Here, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of diversity in what you see. It's trees, snow, mountain. It's not like you have a mix of different kinds of trees. It's all these kind of like pine evergreen forests. I mean, you can go up on a mountain, but then you kind of even have less stuff around there. That is, yeah, just more pine trees. So the map can feel a little monotonous to spend so much time on as like one full expedition series here, whereas at least in Timbergold Trails, it kind of changed up a bit with... Oh, that's me walking. Of course, I thought for the second, okay, I have a little itch on my arm, going to scratch that, and of course that's when something's going on, when you're not ready to respond. Timbergold just felt a little bit more varied and different with what we had on there, whereas this map, not quite as much. It's still definitely good to go out on, and again, if you want to do long-distance shooting and have that satisfying sniping feeling, Whiterime Ridge is easily one that'll satisfy that because the bison, moose, everything in the south you can go for so readily. Heck, even going up on the mountainsides and going after the Dall sheep too, you can get that feeling out. Where am I exactly? Yeah, see, I've still got to go... I've got a ways to go still, so I don't know if I want to... You know, I haven't heard anything, so maybe I will do a little bit of a run to try to get us a little bit more distance covered. Actually, maybe see if I can get up to that spot there. And then figure out if I want to go from around that sort of bay area, or see... I might actually do that, because I think the other episode... Yeah, the other episode I came up through this area more, so it might be better to try to go up and around that way. It's kind of hard to say how long it'll take, though. All depends on what I get distracted by animal-wise on the path. Because as we saw with how last episode went getting the one Dall sheep there, I can get a little tunnel-visioned at times, but sometimes the light at the end does make up for it. But it is often the case of, as long as you don't have a goal or... Oh, hello. Oh, more Dall. Oh, you know what? It is right in our path, so we can take a look and see what that is. Like, my guess is it might be another ewe. Although it could be a ram. No, it's in this area. Okay, this might be a little tricky to try to spot it. See, it looks like it should be in a pretty level area, so it might just be that there's all these trees blocking our line of sight to it. Yeah, I think that's what it is right now. I was using the Hunter mate looking at the mini-map. It doesn't look like there's a lot of, like, topography lines up ahead that would really make me think, okay, it's on a slope or it's behind something. It's more so just that there's a lot of vegetation. Oh! Okay, well, it's definitely the one at the back, I'd say, is the better of those two. But it is nice to see that we do have more rams to go after. It was the one animal that I didn't get any sign of, really, in the Reserve Tour series, aside from the one ewe down in the forested area to the south. But Whiterime Expedition series? It's the trophy animal that I've been getting quite a few good sightings of, and hopefully going to get another good specimen. wonder if I should even try to stay back and a little high, so that way I do have a bit more... That might be not a bad approach. Try to hang back a little bit more and see if I can just get a shot from afar as maybe they're wandering around or circling this area. Well, actually... Oh, shoot. If I would have looked a little sooner, I might have had a shot there. Okay, but I... oh, God. Holy crap, this is a whole herd of them. Shoot, now I have to try to figure out which one is the best of them. And they're all males. I think the one way at the back that just kind of turned away from the others might be. Okay, that guy back there might be our best one. Oh, it's kind of hard to go off of because you don't have the spotting, or I don't have the spotting skill yet for them. Okay, I'm not going to advance. I can take my time here. It does seem like maybe they are following... Oh, but look at that guy there. That might be it instead. God, they're all some some decent animals, aren't they? Oh, but that one small male's coming up here first. Okay, I'm going to try sneaking my way back around a bit. You know what? Actually, I'm going to use the scent eliminator again. Just because I have a feeling it would be wearing off very soon. Because I've gotten into the habit of applying it pretty early on in last episode. So many options, but which one do you pick? And also, which one do you actually get an opportunity to go after, too? Okay, there... Oh, shoot. You are the bane of this right now, little guy. I know it's going to scare the others, but I figured it was either get him, and maybe I can follow this group, or he was going to give us away and they would have all just kept going anyway. Not even 100, are you? Nah, you're just a tiny little bugger. Always seems like there's one low-scoring male in a group that's almost going to be like the snitch. It's going to be a little more ahead and a bit distant from the others, but if it spooks, you know it's going to spook all the others. And it's going to almost seem to, like, seek you out to be a pain in your side. It doesn't matter the animal species. If it can herd up as a group of males, there's going to be a snitch in them. I would say snitches get stitches, but I think that's a little past that point. But what I can do is try to follow this herd out and see where they go from here. Because again, there are a couple pretty good-looking males in that. Or, well, a couple of good rams there. It's just, I don't know which one would be the best scoring ones to go for. Looks like, I think there's about 2 contending for the top spot. You know, at least we got the tiny little snitch out of the way, so hopefully, as we just kind of go slow and we catch up to seeing them again, we'll get an easier time picking out the ones we really want. Oh, I might have actually gone down the hill here, so this works out. It's as long as you keep high ground, you'll have better visibility out, so this will give me some time to better approach and plan. Whereas back there, it was almost a little bit more even for elevation, but I think they actually had a bit more higher ground. Trying to stick around and stay hidden behind the boulders that were there. That little snitch, though. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think they... Okay, so there's definitely more trees that they've gone into. I hear geese again, but I'm not really going to pay too much attention, because again, I think we've gone down in elevation enough that I won't have them flying into me like I almost had beside the rabbit. Actually, I'm not even sure where that flock is. It sounds like it's right over there. Well, whatever. We'll ignore that. Oh, boy. Okay, so they did go more into the trees here. Although, since it was a gunshot, that probably spooked them even further. But I also don't know if I'm right on their trail or not. I didn't follow tracks down in here. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Because this is going to hide... Oh, shoot. Okay, so at least I am properly on their trail. Yeah, I didn't follow any tracks, so I wasn't sure. If they would have gone this way, they might have turned and gone down more of the slope. But at least here I got another visual of where they've gone off to, so I can just keep going straight. Oh. And an Arctic fox. He is actually kind of in the direction of these guys, so we'll see how this goes. I think I prefer to try calling that fox in and getting him. And for that, I need the buckshot. At least I'm fairly sure it'd be buckshot. Let me see if I can go up to kind of like this next ridge up there. Because I know I saw the sheep disappear over the other side of that. You know what? Actually, with how many sheep I've been getting, I don't think I've gotten a lot of foxes. So let me see if I can... See if I can bring a fox in instead. My luck, I focus on the fox, and the ram decide to come back up and in. And then I have the debate. Do I go for the ram or the fox? Yeah, we'll stick low. I think he should be in the distance that, or it should be in the distance it heard it. We'll just have to see how it wants to respond, or if it will at all. I know Dangerfloof gave some good advice where it's try to get a bit of higher elevation, spot it, try to spot it first, and then call and work from there, because then you at least know generally where the animal is. Where a situation like this, and what happened to me the other time, is I didn't exactly know where the fox is, and they actually will do a warning call like you're probably more familiar with in Call of the Wild. You just can't pick it up with the hunter mate, but they will make a warning call to say, like, something's up, bad, bad, alert, alert. So you might hear that as you scare them and they go running off. That's kind of what I've actually thought that first call was that the hunter mate picked up this time. Because I thought that was a warning call that maybe there was one in the area and it picked me up, but it doesn't seem so. I'm just going to keep low to the ground, keep approaching. Try to keep our ears open for it, too. With the scent eliminator and staying as low as this, it's pretty hard to be picked up by animals, so I think... is that just a tree? Okay, yeah, it's just a fallen tree branch or a log or something. I don't know, for a second it looked like, almost like mule deer antlers, or Sitka deer antlers, just the way that was sticking up. Yeah, there's our Arctic fox. I'm going to let it get in just a little closer. There we go. And let's take a look. I mean, that was a little bit more where I wanted to place the shot on the rabbit. More like chest, lung area. Not so much the head. Hey, little thing. How are you? Well, you've been better, obviously. Yeah, so that's a lot of hits registered. Yeah, see, only 15, so probably not really worth it, but at least we gotta say we took one down. Oh. Okay, now I would imagine I could try getting a goose here. Now, I would have imagined that would have been a decent distance I could have tried for one. But that's just how the game kind of operates, and since I had already taken the one gunshot, might as well have taken the rest. The rams would have already been swooped by the first. And this will push them further into the forest here, so we'll see how this goes along. I might actually have a decent spot to, like, look at them from here. As this, I think, is the last ridge that I saw them running over before they were completely out of my sight. Oh, look at that sea of green and white. God, so much for spotting. Maybe if they would have been coming out of that, I could, but I don't know if I'd be able to see much of anything getting down into that. And then we'll have to see how these gunshots also might have impacted this too. Oh, did they crap in terror, or were they going back to roaming once they crested this hill? We'll have to see once we take a look at this. Oh, yeah, so they were actually a bit more calmed down when we probably took the shots on the fox. So my guess this was another... I mean, it could still technically be a roaming track, but I have a feeling more this is going to be it fleeing. Yeah, that's fleeing for sure. Once the... Oh, actually a trot. But once the hooves split like that, you know that the animal's picked up speed. Oh, and snowshoe hare, I think? Yeah, snowshoe hare. Okay, they were in a trot, though, so they might have actually been out of... but I don't know if I'd be able to catch up to them in a trot. And even if I do, I don't think I'd be able to spot them through getting into this sea here. Because that just looks so thick up ahead. I thought I was hearing something else moving too, but maybe not. Okay, they've definitely gone there. Well, at least that one. I'm a little surprised there aren't more tracks with it, unless they broke up from this point onwards. No, that's just rabbit track again. I don't know what to go for. Like, we don't have as many rabbits as we've gotten rams with how things have been going, but on the same token, I think it would be more interesting to go for a ram than a rabbit. Oh, let me see how old these are. Okay, that's pretty old, so you know what? Oh, how do I want to approach this? Because we are about 20-minute mark. I don't see us being able to get up over there. I think with how the rams and how this is played out, I might be able to get another ram if I keep on them, though. Thing is, I do not know where they'd have gone. Once they get into the trees that are like that kind of tree line, I'd basically be having to follow right behind them, track for track. I feel like if I do that, then I'm really just going to have to go super slow through it all and not really be able to get much progress. Well, it changed to roaming, though. So let's see. Okay, turn to fleeing. So this might be where it heard the gunshots and then started to run. Didn't actually want to go right into the trees, though. Oh, well, I think I actually spooked it into there. I might try going around for a while and see. But yeah, I'm guessing this one broke off from the others of that group and ran. Usually the herds stick together pretty well, so it's a bit rare to find like one animal that's split off this far, and I haven't seen tracks of any others. Or maybe I'll stick more to the outer rim of this area. Because I don't know how I'd try approaching getting into that. And yeah, I don't see anything up there. I thought maybe just in case I'd see rabbit or a fox. It's gotten a bit more tricky. Yeah, I'll keep just going along the outside here for a while. Maybe if I'm not on a direct path, like following behind them, maybe they'll make a call and that'll give me some idea where at least one of them might be. Oh, and this is giving me a little bit of a peek into some other areas, too. Basically seems like this is a very thick front wall, and then the back kind of sparses up that way. Depending on how far in they might be, there's a chance I might be able to see them still. But maybe if I wasn't so indecisive about which one I wanted to get from that group of them way at the start, that snitch wouldn't have been able to make a mess of things. Because it really was. If he would have just gone on the other side of the boulders, that would have given me so much better opportunity. But it's like the small... They feel like they seek you out almost. Like the really low-scoring males, when they're with others, they just try to seek you out, and they throw a big wrench in it. Those two, if you have female animals too, if they're with a male. Seems like somehow they just have like the sixth sense of being able to pick you out and try to find you. Or just keep constantly going to where you are, despite you trying to shift and adjust position and getting a better opportunity. Yeah, I haven't heard any calls, so I don't think we'll be able to do anything in regards to them. At least we got the one nice ram from last episode, but it is a shame to have seen... Oh, is that just a treetop there? I think so. I almost thought it was like a wolf calling from this far back. Yeah, looking into that, that's not going to be easy to spot much in there. We did actually kind of get towards the bay, though. I don't think we'd get lucky finding a polar bear, though. We could try going for a little bit of a jog, just in case. Maybe we can try to find tracks of something and go for one more animal this episode. But yeah, definitely next weekend I'm going to try to cap us off with a polar bear or two. Just that we can say we've actually gotten the full roster of animals, aside from the geese, but... Again, it seems like there are times where you really should be able to get them with how low they fly. Or I guess how high you can climb up the mountainsides. Okay, we got... Oh, it's an antler shed. I was trying to figure out what this was for a while. That was almost like a dead rabbit, but no, just a moose antler. Oh. I mean, that means we might be able to find moose in this area, too. We'll just see if anything does call or we get lucky with an opportunity. I can always put the slugs into the shotgun and that'll give us our chance to go after a bear or a moose, depending. But yeah, that's one thing I'd probably warn you guys against if you do play and you're starting to get a little bit more adept with the game, is beware of the snitch animals. They often seem to be around some okay or good scoring animals, and they can be such a nuisance to deal with. It really feels like they're going to try to sabotage you and just somehow keep going generally towards you, but not spooking until you know it's really going to cause you problems. Oh. Okay, we might have one more Arctic fox. You know what? I would take it, actually. And you know what? I think I've actually got a very good spot for visibility set up right here for it, too. It does look like it'll be some distance out to call in, but I can always just sit up here and keep watch until I do spot the little furball coming in. Let's see. Okay. Somewhere up in that direction. Yeah, no, I think this actually worked out to be an okay spot to just stumble on. There are a few dips, though, we'll have to keep in mind as it's approaching. But I think if we just keep a general view up this way, we'll hopefully be able to bring her in, or it in. Just want to keep my eyes and ears open too, because it can also happen in the case you're focusing on one animal you think is in this direction, but there are other members of the same species around you that'll come in too. That's kind of another part that happens where you'll be trying to call a male in, and then you'll have females from behind you, sides of you, they come in as well, and that just throws wrenches into your plans as well. It's one of the reasons why long-range rifle hunting is so easy. Oh, there we go. Oh, God. Aside from a few little black dots from, like, the face and that, you cannot see it at all. But yeah, this was a perfect spot to pick out for it. Sometimes you'll just randomly stumble upon good shot, or good placements to go for. Oh, shoot, I just realized I was taking shots of those magpie geese with the buckshot. I guess it's a good thing that it didn't register that we got any. They would have been all unethical. Well, there you are. A little off to the side, but... Can you stop for a moment there, sweetheart? Yeah, you did. And it turns into quite the murder scene. God, there's a lot of smears from shotguns. But let's take a look at her. Oh, right long, left long, neck. It doesn't actually show heart there, but yeah, not really that good scoring, but it is at least another animal taken down. I don't know if we'd really have anything else in the area to get after that shot, so we'll probably wrap this episode here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Whiterime Ridge Expeditions. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give a like, and if I'm in comments, tips, or tricks, be sure to leave comments right down below. Next weekend, we are going for polar bears to cap us off and end our series here. And I'm not going to do a poll for the next expedition series because I'm probably going to go after the new animal to show off the fallow deer on Hirschfelden next. I don't know if that one will be a full 10 episode one or not, but we'll see how it starts and goes from there. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of the series. Until I see you in the next video or episode, hunters and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.